Hey everybody, so this is a second attempt video of my Walker Stalker Con experience. It has been over a month since I went. This video has been filmed since a week after Walker Stalker Con, but that video was just way too out of the. There are a few funny parts of that video which I saved. I am going to put in a blooper thing at the end of this video. If not, I will put it in just a separate video for later because there is a few funny pieces in that video that I actually love, which I found myself hilarious apparently in that video. So I'll put that on a second video or at the end of this video in a bloopers type thing. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. On June 27th, my 20th birthday, I went to Walker Stalker Con 2015 in Orlando. If you don't know what Walker Stalker Con is, it is basically a convention, kind of like Comic Con and stuff like that, but solely for Walking Dead fans, completely. But they had other things there. They had, people from Breaking Bad. They had people, the entire Lost cast. I've never watched Lost, don't much care for watching it. But one of the girls that was in it was in Once Upon a Time, so that's the only person I was really hyped up about seeing for that. They had Gotham, which, yeah, I was excited about that. I can honestly say I was excited. Who wouldn't be excited? Well, if you knew me, you'd know I was extremely, extremely excited. They had Tate Stavinsky from Face Off, which I seen him, but I didn't get a picture of him because the volunteers didn't let me get a picture of him, and I couldn't go up and meet him because it costed money to go up and say hi, which sucked because he's one of my favorite people from Face Off, and he is what helps inspire me a little bit with my special effects makeup, and I was just so bummed, but I got to see him in person, which was awesome. He seems like a really, really cool person, so. But yeah, and they had, mostly a shit ton of people from The Walking Dead, so basically I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it from first thing I woke up, or no, I'm just gonna go straight to the convention. So we got there, it was 9:30, the convention doors open at 9 for VIP, and, no, 9:30 for VIP, and then 10:30 for general admission, which is what I had. I didn't get the chance to get VIP. My mom wanted to get me the Norman Reedus VIP, but $380 is a little crazy just to, well, I mean, you did get quite a bit in with the VIP, but it was over our budget, and I could not get that, so she just got me the normal general admission, which you basically get the same thing as VIP, you just don't get the photo op in with. You actually have to pay separate and stuff for the photo ops. So basically, we went in, we got our passes, which is our little wristbands. I'll insert a picture somewhere. So we got those, and we waited in line for about an hour, 30 minutes, it seemed like, honestly, because it took us a good 10 minutes just to get to the convention. Not to the actual convention, but to the building and stuff. So we waited about 30 minutes, I want to say, maybe. The line just, it didn't seem like we were waiting in there that long, but the line started moving, and there was a lot of cosplay there, which was really exciting to see. There was this, Borderlands guy. He was dressed up as one of the psychos, and it was crazy. His costume was on point, and I wanted to get a picture of it to show my boyfriend because he's obsessed with that game. We play it all the time together, and yeah, his costume was really cool. There's this girl who's dressed up as the Penguin, from Gotham, and she could have been his twin, his twin sister. She could have been his twin sister, and come to find out later on, about a week and a half later, one of my friends, who I have known since I was, 6, I want to say, he actually knew her. So, I thought it was pretty cool. Started moving, and they had the big banner. So yeah, that was really cool. I had to as soon as we started going, everyone had their phones, cameras out, taking pictures of that banner. You go down the escalator and into the convention, which was pretty decently sized. I have never been to a convention, so I can't really say, like, it was huge or it was, like, small or whatever, because I had never been to a convention at all in my life. But I've always wanted to go to, like, Comic-Con and stuff. So, yeah. We got in. We've seen a lot of vendors. There's a lot of vendors. But the first thing that you smell in there was food, because there was like a restaurant type thing right next to it. We were both pretty hungry. Me and my dad went. My mom got us tickets to go there. So yeah. But we went there and we were walking, and they had like the RV. Um, they had like a walkthrough type thing, haunted house laser tag type thing. I'm trying to remember it all because it's been a month. I can remember most of it pretty clearly. But we were going and we looked off and they had people there. So we went that way and there was some people. There wasn't that many people because they were doing most of the photo ops in the morning. So there wasn't that much of the cast members there. Sorry. But there's the girl, I can't remember her name for the life. Who I got to meet. She plays Clementine on the Tall Tales, the Walking Dead season video games. Basically, she plays Clementine. She asked me what I did at the end of season 2. She asked me if I completed season 2 yet. I was like, duh. So I completed. She asked me what I did. I ended up killing the other. My mind has gone completely blank of that video game, honestly. But I did end up killing a guy and going with Jane, which I do remember her name. Yes. I ended up going with Jane, and, so yeah. I completed the game, and she was sitting there giving me some information about Season 3. She told me that they ended up having to push the date back for Season 3 video game release. They're more or less going in towards a little bit more of the comic, and they are also going to. She said that she told me straight up she didn't know she was supposed to say this, so but they're actually thinking about bringing Michonne into the video game, which is pretty cool, I think. She's one of my favorite characters on The Walking Dead, so we'll see. And she was also telling me that they are gonna make sort of like give Clementine an age jump because she's 11 and she's becoming a teenager, and she like gave me a little sample of Clementine's teenage voice. It was actually like really, really cool. I wish I could have like kind of recorded it, but she was like insanely nice, and I told her it was my birthday. She said happy birthday, and so I left, and next thing you know, one of the volunteers is like chasing me down the walkway, and I'm like, holy crap. And she was like, she wants to know if you want to get your picture with her. It was $5, no, it was $10 to get a picture with her, but she gave me a picture for free because it was my birthday, so I went and got a picture with her, which you guys already seen. But she was insanely nice. Like, almost everybody I met there was insanely nice, and like, even though I didn't get to meet most of the people, just walking by and hearing them talking with the fans and everything, and it was like, oh my god, these people are actually insanely nice, because you know how you expect celebrities to be like really stuck up and snobby? Like, no, like that was not the case at all. They're all like really nice. I think honestly it was the volunteers that were the worst. Like, the volunteers were insanely rude, but I kind of expected that. But most of the volunteers were like really rude. You would expect like the management that was sitting with them to be rude, but no, like they were actually really nice. So walking through, we've seen a lot of the people from The Walking Dead. We've seen a lot of them, but most of them were in with photo ops, like I said. And then we didn't go through the where the Lost cast was. We just kept walking straight, and I was just like, I got a little excited. And he was like, "What?" And I'm like, "There's Norman's booth." So, yeah. If you don't know, Norman Reedus is like my favorite, hands down. Sorry. I mean, I know that's kind of like stereotypical. Like most people say, "Oh, everyone who's like Daryl's favorite must be a fake." I'm sorry. I like Norman Reedus. I just I'm sorry, I'm a huge fan of the show. I'm completely caught up on the show. You can't say nothing. I'm a huge lover of the show, the comic, everything. So you can't say shit. You can't say I'm a poser. But I do love the shit out of Norman Reedus. Yeah. But anyways, we walked past and his line was all up the yin yang. Oh my god, his line was wrapped around the Breaking Bad cast and I was like, but there was no way I was getting to Norman Reedus, and there was no way I was paying $80 just to walk up and say hi and get an autograph. I think that is a little crazy. If I did have the money, I would have. Not gonna lie, if I had the money, I would have. But I did not have that kind of money with me, so I was just like, okay. So we didn't get to see him the first time, because there's like way too many people. Sorry. We were kept walking. We seen Steven. We seen Emily. Sorry. Um, we've seen quite a few people from The Walking Dead, and we kept walking. We've seen Tate Stavinsky. And then we finally turned into where the Lost and Gotham and Breaking. We looked off to like the Lost cast, and I seen the girl who plays the Snow Queen on Once Upon a Time, and I was like, I was looking, and I was like, you know what else she was on? And my dad was like, what? And I was like, she played on the Santa Claus too. She plays Charlie's principal, and she also, becomes Mrs. Claus. And he was looking at her, and he was like, oh, no shit. He was like, holy crap, that's really her. And I'm like, yeah, she was on a lot of stuff I didn't realize. Like, until I actually seen her, and I was like, holy crap, she was on this and this and this. I was like, wow. But she's like insanely tall in person. I can't think of her name for the life of me. But she's like insanely tall. My laptop is dying, so I kind of have to hurry this, or I will finish it up later. But anyways, we got to the Gotham cast. They had the kid who plays Bruce Wayne. Obviously Batman is a little kid before you well, he's not really little. I think he's like 12 in the show. Like, I don't know. I felt bad for him though. I was gonna go meet him, but the main person that I really wanted to see from Gotham, I just decided to go see him instead. But like, honestly, no one was going to see him, and I felt so bad. Like, maybe one or two people went throughout his line while I was waiting to meet the person I'm gonna talk about next. But like, I felt so bad for him. He was just like sitting there bored out of his mind, and I think he's like actually like 15 or like 16 in real life. I want to say he's like 15 though, because he's like really young. But like, I felt so bad for him. My dad was like, he was like, I felt like just going up and getting in line and saying, hey, how you doing? You're doing a good job. I have no clue who the hell you play. I know you're in Gotham. That's all I know. I was like, don't do that. That would probably make him feel even worse. But anyways, getting onto it, they had the guy who played Alfred, and I think that's the only people they had from Gotham. Yeah, I think that's the only people they had from Gotham there. Except for the next person. They had Robin Lord Taylor. Or wait, Robin Taylor Lord. Shit, I can't remember. I can't remember how his name goes. But anyways, they had him, who plays Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. I was so excited. If anybody who knows me knows my favorite villain of all time is the Joker, from Batman. But Gotham has really got me liking the Penguin. The origin and everything of him is just like really cool and interesting. But he's this version of the Penguin is like really interesting, and the way he portrays him is like really cool. So he asked me, he was like, who do you want to go meet? And I was like, really wanted to meet Norman Reedus. I really did, but there's no way I was gonna ask him to pay $80 just so I can go up and say hi and get an autograph. There was like no way. I couldn't do that to anybody. I just couldn't. I mean, I've heard that Norman donates half of his money for that to charity. I'm not 100% sure. I've just heard that. But I mean, even if it is for a good cause, I couldn't ask anyone to pay that for me. That would have to come out of my own pocket. But meeting him was $30 for a autograph and going up and saying hi, and $40 for a selfie with him. I couldn't do that. I would have loved to have gotten a picture with him, but I couldn't. So I went up and got an autograph. The lady told me to pick out a picture. And she said to hand the guy that was standing next to him a sticky note so I can tell him my name if I wanted it personalized, which I did, obviously. And I asked him, I said, we were getting closer, and I got to the guy, but not him, and he was taking a picture with somebody. And as I was walking up to the guy, he asked me my name, and I told him, and I was like, can you get him to sign happy birthday for me? And as I was finishing my sentence, he walked up and he was like, whose birthday is it? And I was like, mine. And he's like, oh, happy birthday. And he started singing happy birthday, which was really cool. I fangirled a little bit. But he asked me how I liked the show and everything. I told him I was stoked for season 2. I couldn't wait for it. And he was like, he can't, I can't tell too much stuff. And he was like, but I can tell you this season's going to be really, really crazy and insane. And I was like, oh, I fangirled. I was going nuts. And he was like, tell me happy birthday. And that, it was happy to see me, blah, blah, blah. Like they always have to do the little, you know, line and everything. But he was like a really, really cool person, just starting out on the TV show, obviously. But they were actually really nice. I feel like that's the best time to meet somebody, like when they're first starting out. Obviously he has been in a few more things, I'm pretty sure of it. He was actually in The Walking Dead, which I didn't know that. Which makes sense now that they had Gotham at the Walker Stalker Con. I didn't realize he was in The Walking Dead until someone had mentioned it to me. So I'll have to go back and watch The Walking Dead. I think it was in season 1 and season 2 he was in. He did play a character, not a walker. So I'll have to go back and watch that and find him again. So yeah, all overall it was really cool. I feel like I'm gonna be sick. But anyways, as we were walking around seeing people, we watched one of the panels, I think. We sat there for a little bit and was watching. I think it was the Breaking Bad panel. I had never watched Breaking Bad. Zach is starting to watch it on Netflix now. He just started season 1 Sunday night. And I believe that the TV show is over. Like, the series itself is over. But I've been told it's a really good TV show. I mean, it's on Netflix, so I can watch it. And even though it would be bumming not knowing there's new episodes coming out, but hey, at least you watch it. So we walked around and back the way we came, and Norman Reedus' line had actually gone, like, extremely low. There were still quite a few people there, obviously. But it had gone extremely low to where I was able to see him. And I couldn't see him at first because there was this guy that was irritating the whole hell out of me. He was right in front of me, and I'm like, I can't see him. I'm short as hell, and I can't see him. So I stood up on my tippy toes, and, like, the guy finally moved. And I was like, he just, like, stood right in front of me, and I was like, oh my god. And he looked up, like, to see everybody, and I was just like, I mean, he was wearing sunglasses, so I couldn't, like, see his complete face, but I was just happy that I actually got to see one of my favorite characters. Like, I didn't get to meet him, but I actually got to see him in person, like, it's a real person. Like, 20 years old, obviously, they are real people, but, like, actually getting to see one of your favorite celebrities in person, like, yeah, they are all human, but actually getting to see one of your favorite people that you have looked up to for a while now, or well, not looked up to, but you know what I mean, like, have fallen in love with the characters and everything, like, it does make you appreciate the little things in life, because you never know when you're going to get that chance to do that again. And it's just, like, honestly, I don't even know if I'd be able to go to Walker Stalker Con next year, and just knowing that happened for me just meant, like, the entire world to me. I went back home I went back home that night and just, like, hugged my mom, and I was like, thank you so much. Like, honestly, that was, like, the best thing that's ever happened to me this year so far. So I'm hoping that I will be able to do that again next year.